Kamarek. The Reserve Bank Governor says interest rate rises are a necessary evil to try and avoid a recession in Australia. Rates have increased by another 0.25% and a further hike is expected next month. The move will add to cost of living pressures, but Dr Philip Lowe says lifting interest rates is one of the few tools available to bring inflation back down.
If this were to happen, the evil of inflation would be with us for longer, and the eventual increase in interest rates needed to bring inflation down would be even larger. This would increase the risk of a severe recession and a sharp rise in unemployment.
The federal government is under fire for not doing enough to tackle problem gambling. Reforms to advertising guidelines will see the Gamble Responsibly tagline replaced with 7 rotating options. They include chances are you're about to lose and you win some, you lose more. But independent MP Andrew Wilkie says it's not good enough.
They really need to go much further with the sorts of safeguards like linking up the daily limits between all of the companies in real time, banning gambling advertising during certain times of the day or perhaps altogether.
A delivery driver was injured and had his van stolen at Smithfield Plains early today. He was making deliveries on Hodby Crescent when a passenger got out of a silver station wagon, jumped in the van and drove off. The driver hurt his hand trying to stop him. The van was later found abandoned in Horry Night Crescent. It's unclear if anything was stolen. A review is underway after 5 lions escaped their enclosure at Taronga Zoo in Sydney, sparking an emergency alarm. 4 cubs and an adult breached a 6-foot fence, raising the alarm. They are now safely back in their enclosure and no one was harmed. The zoo's executive director, Simon Duffy, says 4 of the animals returned calmly to their exhibit, but 1 needed to be tranquilised.
The lion cub that was tranquilised, we had our vets there who had the tranquiliser guns. They could safely do that, and the decision was made to safely tranquilise her to ensure that she also went back into the exhibit.
Former Israeli leader Benjamin Netanyahu could return to power next week. The latest exit polls show he's in the lead in the country's 5th election in 4 years. If he wins, it could mean a return to office as he stands trial on corruption charges. Now turning to 5AA sports, Zimbabwe are up against the Netherlands this afternoon in T20 World Cup action at Adelaide Oval. Zimbabwe won the toss and elected to bat. The Netherlands are currently, Zimbabwe actually, are currently at 3 for 28 after 6 overs. Meantime, Australia is crunching the numbers as they try to calculate what's required to qualify for the semi-finals. England's 20-run win over New Zealand mean the defending champions no longer have control of their own destiny ahead of their final pool game against Afghanistan. Selector George Bailey admits boosting the team's inferior net run rate is a priority.
We'll work through that. We'll just probably run 20 different scenarios, but first and foremost it's about winning the game. I don't think you want to get too carried away with anything else other than that.
And in Sheffield Shield action, SA are currently 8 for 233, trailing New South Wales by 156 runs. And one of the trainers of the winner of the 2022 Melbourne Cup Gold Trip says it is all yet to sink in. Kieran Maher says Gold Trip will now spend some time on the soft sand as they get him ready for his upcoming races.
Most likely have a little breather now and get ready for the autumn. The autumn is probably always his
Now turning to 5AA traffic.
At Beulah Park, urgent electrical works on the parade near Bridge Streets. At Fairview, urgent civil works, Hancock Road near Yatla Vale Road. Glenelg smash on Anzac Highway near Morford Road as you're heading toward the bay. And Croydon Park got a collision on South Road near Regency Road. Busy right now, Richmond Road at Railway Terrace with Canberra Salisbury Highway, Salisbury and West Avenue at Edinburgh. Run, don't walk. Freedom's online only. Flash sale is on. Save 25% off site-wide. Today only. Shop online at freedom.com.au. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Now the 5AA forecast, a shower or 2 this afternoon, partly cloudy tomorrow 18, Friday partly cloudy 20 and Saturday mostly sunny and a top of 25. Right now it's 14 degrees. Now let's hear what's happening on 9 News Tonight.
An innocent woman dead. Another flees the scene. The horror crash on the Port River Expressway. Lions escape at Taronga Zoo. Just how can it happen? While Monato's new giraffe truck's in, we join the extraordinary journey, a dramatic change to the treatment of breast cancer, and see the amazing World War I diary found right here in Adelaide. I'm Brenton Raglis. See the full story on 9 News tonight at 6.
To book a free 15-minute hearing check, specsavers.com.au/hearing.
This is Jade Robran.
Hello, welcome to Tech Talk.
FIVEAA Tech Talk with Richard Pascoe.
Welcome, Richard Pascoe. How are you this Wednesday afternoon?
Always good, Jade. I took my scruffy jacket off just so that I look good for the Facebook Live feed.
Yes, all thanks to Foodland Supermarkets. We are coming to you live on YouTube or Facebook if you want to tune in and watch us do our thing.
Now, we're going to do something different just before, because I always give Jade notes, as we know, so we have a discussion. I just thought we'd just quickly run down.
You're going off script.
Off script, as I sometimes do.
Strap yourselves in, ladies
Let's run
and gentlemen.
down all the companies that have had a data breach so far this year, because we remember.
Is that going to take up the full half an hour?
We remember Optus.
Yes.
We'll be here till 6 o'clock, folks. The sports show's getting pushed back. We remember Optus, don't we?
We do indeed.
But let's quickly belt through these. So we've got Bunnings, we've got Crypto.com, we've got Nvidia, we've got OpenSea, we've got ePower, we've got SuperVPN, Gecko VPN, Chat VPN, we've got Amart Furniture, we've got Deakin University, we've got Neopets, we've got American Airlines, we've got Cisco, we've got Plex, we've got the University of Western Australia, we've got Twilio, we've got Signal, LastPass, Twitter, welcome Elon Musk, TikTok, the North Face, Uber, Rockstar, Optus, Telstra, MyDeal, Vinamofe, Medibank, Doomworld, and now the Australian Defence.
And all of those companies are saying, oh, thank you so much, Optus, because you've taken the spotlight off us.
Exactly right, but unfortunately we've brought it all back for you.
Wow, that's an enormous list there.
It is.
And why have we not heard about it?
Most of them we did, but they all slid through.
Telstra, talk to me. What's happened to Telstra?
Telstra was
Were they the staff members?
That was the staff members one.
What about Bunnings?
Bunnings was the, you know where, I don't know, have you ever rented anything from Bunnings?
No.
You can rent things like carpet cleaners and tools and equipment.
Right.
The people that controlled all the rental part, all your details they got hacked.
Gosh, it's kind of like, who hasn't really? That's
It
the
is.
list that you should have read out.
Yes, yeah.
Wow. And when are we going to see these laws change so that we can do something about it?
Well, we've had the pathology company that took 8 months to let us know. That was one that just hit the news this week, and I talked about last night with Matthew. But you know, it's frightening. I think at the moment.
Do you know? I got an email actually this morning. So we spent a year in Melbourne. When was it? Not last year, the year before. Whenever, I've lost track. And anyway, the boys played club footy. The footy club actually contacted me today saying that they're getting rid of all their parents' registration details and everything. So email us back and let us know, do you want us to keep them or do you not? So I thought, well, that's the first company anywhere ever that has even asked, can we get rid of your details? I thought, absolutely you can. Get rid of them.
You know, can we just put real estate companies on that hold on to people's details out there? Can we put travel agents on there? You know, there are so many people out there that need to tidy all of that up. If you don't need a client's details, you shouldn't be having them anymore.
No. Well, that's exactly right. Let's talk tech, though. If anybody wants to talk tech with Richard Pascoe, if you've got a drama unfolding in your household and you need help, you don't know what buttons to push, then call us, 8223 0000. I want to ask you about Bing. A lot of people have it as your default search engine, and it's really annoying.
It's terrible. And Jade, I have an old saying: friends don't let friends search on Bing.
Why?
On that, because it's terrible. It really is awful.
How does it even get there?
Because you'll click something that says we're going to be a default search engine. You know, I remember when Scott Morrison came on and said when we had the Australian government was at war with Google that will make Bing the default search engine.
No!
Sent a shiver down so many tech people's spines. You can change it, and I've actually posted all the instructions up on my website right now for you to go along and do it. So no matter what browser you've got, Edge, Google and Firefox, you can go in there, and there's a selection of search engines, and you can say, I want to make Google the default. Google still do a better job than anybody else out there.
They do.
So, you know, it's when you search for similar things on Bing, if you search for Adobe Reader, you'll be faced with absolute crap before you get to installing Adobe Reader on there. So, you know, it's about us looking at what we search for sometimes to go, it looks like nonsense, hang on, this is the correct one. Google seemed to tidy all of that up for you, so you don't have to stick with Bing.
All right.
Could I just also said I had somebody on the way in, there was a senior woman who was quite upset because it looks like an email's doing the rounds again of you've been browsing adult content, we've filmed you browsing adult content, and we're going to send it to all of your friends. Can I say, you know, it's a fake one on there. And people say, but how do they get my email address and password? Remember all the companies we listed at the beginning? All your details are available out there. So you've used the email address and password elsewhere. That's how they've got it, because they go along and say, Jade, we're going to go along and send it. That's your password on there. And you go, well, hang on, that is a password that I use. They must know everything about me. But that's how they've got it through all of these data breaches. So if you do get that email, you've got nothing really to worry about. Nobody's filming you watching anything on your computer. And for God's sake, don't pay these people because they're after a ransom.
Yeah, that's exactly right, the sneaky buggers. Facebook login issues, and also Instagram's had dramas as well this week.
It has. And again, and we keep bringing it up, it really is about you making sure that all your security settings are tied down. When you've got a Facebook account or Instagram account, make sure you've got two-factor authentication turned on.
Maybe explain what that is, because a lot of people might not know what that is.
It is. So two-factor authentication or multi-factor authentication is when we go along and we give Facebook our mobile phone number. They'll send a text message back to us with a number on it just to confirm it's us. Now, that will end up meaning that if somebody in call centre stand on the other side of the world guesses our password or through a security breach, they can't get into the account without that number, which is on our mobile phone. So we have that as a security back door for us to make sure everything's secure. And I get people, but why would anybody care about my Facebook page? Why is anybody going along and grabbing it? I mean, you've had problems with Facebook.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so it's about making sure that everything is locked down. And if you do get things where somebody, you know, you're friends with Richard Pascoe or Jade Robran, and suddenly we come into messages down the bottom asking you to invest or send us money, which is a lovely thought, but we don't want you to do it.
No, I don't even know what to invest in and where to start. So if I do send you that message, it's not me.
Yeah, because Jade and I are actually on the money raising one. We've got a page on there to raise money for us. On there, make sure you don't do it. Report it as a copy back to Facebook, and they will remove it. But make sure you lock, and a recovery email address as well. We've all got probably 2 email addresses. Make sure, you know, so they can send recovery codes so you're never locked out of your account.
It's not too dissimilar to your banking. I've got that. So if I transfer funds between someone, before it will let me do that, it'll send me a code to my phone, and I've got to punch that code in
yes.
so that they know. So it's not too dissimilar to that.
No,
That's, you just you're dotting all the I's and crossing all the T's.
And especially if you're in a business, you know, and you rely on your Facebook page or Instagram page for business, lock them down.
Yeah.
Because you will lose them. I had a guy on the phone today, Darren, who rang me this morning, and Darren was quite upset because he can't get into his account anymore.
That's his business, is it?
It's his business.
And I caught up with a lady from Glam Adelaide. That's right. She got hacked not so long ago. Kelly Noble. That's right. And I think they got into her Instagram, and I said, "So how did you play that?" And she said, "Oh, they wanted $3,000 or something," and then got some publicity. So then they realised, oh, hang on a moment, this might be worth a bit more. So
That's
upped
right.
it to 5,000.
Yep.
She said, I'm not paying them, no way. So
No.
she just went and started another account. Now, she's lucky because she's got a lot of followers that, followed her.
Instantly moved them all over, which is
That's
great.
right, but a lot of businesses out there aren't as fortunate, and that's their whole lifeblood, is this page that they've created over years and years. So make sure that it's safe.
It is, and it's about making sure that if you've posted things about, with kids that are sitting up there or anything like that, you don't want somebody taking over that account and being able to get all your photos you've saved on there.
Oh, well, when mine
all the content
was hacked, they took all my kids' photos pretending to be me.
Yeah.
They were awful.
Yep.
So, yeah, you do. You'd have to make sure.
Got to make sure it's all locked down, people.
Got a message here. I don't know if it's a joke. I think it is. But can you please tell us about the search engine DuckDuckGo?
It's not a joke.
Oh,
so,
well, sounds like it.
So DuckDuckGo will try and promise you that they won't track what you're doing. That, in essence, that's part of it. So it's a nice, clean search engine, and they've got no relationship with anybody. Unfortunately, a few months ago, they actually had a relationship. They said that, but they had a relationship with Microsoft. So they were passing on all your details to Microsoft. Well, it's it. So, you know what? Google, they know where you are. And I think it's about time we all go, it doesn't matter anymore. I'm doing a search for something. What does it matter what I'm searching for?
Not, I mean, unless you're a real baddie and they want to try and find you, it really doesn't matter what your search engine is.
They'll find you.
Exactly. If you'd like to talk tech, our phone lines are open, 8223 0000. Might be mobile phones, might be TVs, could be scams, anything tech at all. Our phone lines are open. We're talking to Richard Pascoe, thanks to Harvey Norman Computers, your technology specialists.
Here at FIVEAA, we're all about supporting local. Here's who you can support around Adelaide. After more than 50 years as the Royal Society for the Blind, they're changing their name to See Differently. Help them to help South Australians with vision impairment. See Differently. Go to seedifferently.org.au. The 2022 council elections are coming up. Make your vote count on issues important to you. Live local. Vote local in the 2022 council elections. Don't miss the National Pharmacy's Christmas pageant. Christmas joy will flood the streets of Adelaide on Saturday, November 12, when Father Christmas arrives on his sleigh. More info at christmaspageant.com.au. FIVEAA, supporting local business.
Hello, I'm Professor Michael Kidd. New oral treatments are now available to high-risk people to fight the effects of COVID-19 if you contract the virus. You can take these at home, and they're available for high-risk people, including many older Australians, immunocompromised adults, and First Nations peoples. You need a prescription, so talk to your healthcare professional now to be prepared. For more information and to find out if you're eligible, visit australia.gov.au.
Authorised by the Australian Government, Canberra.
2 golden crunchy wicked wings, regular chips, creamy potato and gravy. Yeah, yum.
That's good.
How good's potato and gravy?
It's very good.
Do you dip your chips in there?
Occasionally I do.
Oh, I do.
But that's Carb City, isn't it? Potato, gravy and chips.
Oh, and a fresh dinner roll. Hello.
Oh.
So do you know what you do then? You put the chips in the dinner roll with the gravy as well.
That's it.
Oh, triple carbing.
More health news.
That is KFC deal we hear. Aha, it certainly is. Yep, all your favourite Kentucky Fried Chicken classics for just $4.95. How good is that? Treat yourself the Savo with this wicked hot deal and fill up on some serious fried gold for a golden price. There's no time like the present, so why not snag one the Savo? Drop into your nearest KFC store. Don't mess around. Grab this wicked hot deal before 4 p.m. You can thank us later. Not everywhere and not forever. Pick up only. Available till 4 p.m. So I'm on till 4 p.m. Can you go pick one up for me?
I can do that, and I'll be driving straight past.
You're such a good friend.
Like shocks shooting through your body.
That's how some people describe their shingles pain. Shingles is caused by the reactivation of the chickenpox virus. While most people recover fully, up to 25% may experience long-term complications.
I had to cancel all my plans and struggled to work.
Up to 1 in 3 people risk developing shingles in their lifetime.
If you're 50 or over, don't let shingles affect your plans.
Talk to your doctor for more information. Individual symptoms may vary. Sponsored by GlaxoSmithKline Australia, Melbourne.
Why haven't you heard of a grand utility vehicle until now? Introducing the 8-seat Kia Carnival. With a bold and modern SUV-inspired design, class-leading tech and advanced safety features. Don't compromise on space, comfort and style. We didn't just make an 8-seat family car. We made a grand utility vehicle. Book a test drive and experience the thrill of the Kia Carnival GUV.
Kia, movement that inspires. To book a free 15-minute hearing check, specsavers.com.au/hearing.
This is Jade Robran.
It most definitely is, and I'm in the studio with Richard Pascoe for Tech Talk. We'd love you to join the program, 8223 0000. We've got Ian from Cheltenham on the line. Howdy, Ian.
G'day, Dick. Look, I can vouch for those Philips. I've just polished one off.
Very good.
Bluetooth speakers, mate.
Yes.
What are you going to tell me about them?
You get what you pay for.
Okay, why does the price vary so wildly?
Again, Ian, you do get what you pay for. So you can pick up a good one for $100, $200. If you're not into peak sound, you can pick ones up for under $100. You can get ones that are waterproof. So if you've got a pool and you drop it in the pool, it doesn't matter. It still keeps playing.
I mean, you essentially you're just talking about a speaker. Excuse me, a speaker with a Bluetooth circuit,
That's
a
it.
rechargeable battery on it.
Yep.
So
it's
why are them
it's the quality of the sound that they say that they produce.
But $300 for some of them.
You can pay more than that, Ian.
I'm sure you can.
Yeah.
But, no, I just so you're not going to go out on a limb here and recommend one.
There is
There is a difference though, because I had one, Ian, and it was a cheapie. I think I spent about $70 on it, and it didn't last very long, and it had a muffled sound. And then it was actually part of my Telstra, which I had no idea. But when I pay my Telstra bill, I get points. So when I went in there to upgrade, they said, "Oh, you've got all these points." So anyway, cut a long story short, I ended up getting this speaker, which was valued at I think about $300. And Ian, it sounds like I've got surround sound in the home. It makes all the difference. It's so clear.
So, Ian, I was just looking at the ones I quite like. The JBL Flip, which is about $150 on there, is quite a good speaker. The Bose one, I'm not a big fan of Bose.
No, my first one was, and it was all crackly and it was no good.
And tech people had were saying, no highs, no lows, it's Bose, which upsets audiophiles out there. So it's what you like a lot of the time on there. So, I've got a couple of Apple ones for it. And the Ultimate Ears, that's the ones I was looking for as well. Ultimate Ears, Boom 3.
Essentially all I'm doing, Dick, is I've got a Panasonic DAB.
Yeah.
And I want to use Bluetooth to be able to have an extension speaker somewhere. So it's, as I say, it's essentially just for DAB. I'm not after some,
so it doesn't, Ian, it doesn't matter for you then.
All right.
We've actually got someone that's SMS'd with their recommendation. They said, I recommend the Ultimate Ears Wonder Boom.
Yeah.
It's just over $100, pretty much waterproof, good sound and good battery life.
And sorry, Jade, say that one again.
It's called the Ultimate Ears Wonder Boom 2.
Is that at your favourite Harvey Norman store, Dick?
Yep, you can pick it up at Harvey Norman's.
All right, good on you.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Perfect.
Cheers, mate.
Thank you so much. And I've got an email here. Hi, Jade and Richard. Your thoughts, please. In the light of the recent hacking, my email account is set up in Microsoft 365 Outlook with my ISP iNet and is set to a IMAP account in which I've archived my important emails on my computer and they remain also on their server. Would I be better off changing to a POP email account in case they are hacked? And if so, is that complicated to do? That's from John.
No, you wouldn't swap.
Rightio.
All right.
Easy peasy. No, I won't read that one out. If you would like to join the program and ask any tech question at all, we are joined by Richard Pascoe. Thanks to Harvey Norman Computers, your technology specialists. The number to call is 8223 0055 and a text line 0448 08 1395. Problems with PDFs.
a lot of people you get sent a PDF file and you want to open that PDF. Now, there are so many ways to go along and open that PDF. So you can use Adobe Reader on there. Edge will open up. Chrome will open up. The issue comes when you have to go along and you say, you know what, I'd like to change something on that PDF. Now, PDFs are designed to not be changed, because they don't want you to. It's a document that has been sent to you to make sure this is what you're doing, but people go, but I might want to alter something on there. So one of the big tricks at the moment is, if you get the PDF when it comes down, you right click on it, you can actually open it with Microsoft Word as a Word document, edit it, and then save it back as a PDF.
Oh, that could be all sorts of trouble.
Oh, it does, but a lot of people do want to go along and change it. So, say you've got a contract or something, you want to make a slight change on the contract.
Oh, yeah.
You've done all the changes, let's put it back that way.
Let's talk to John in Allenby Gardens. Hello, John.
Hello, Richard and that. Listen, I just want to ask a question about some security device. I was just asked by someone that it would be a good idea to purchase and get a Trend Micro device security, the ultimate.
Right.
That it does your mobile phones, and is that a good thing these days? I never used to worry much about putting anything on my computer, home one or whatever. Just used to use the Windows Defender.
Yep.
Is it worth something like this now with all the
John, do you follow all the things that I say? Do you keep the device up to date?
Yeah, I do that, yeah. You mean my computers and that?
Yeah, your computer and your smartphone. So if you keep it up to date, John, you don't click links and emails. You don't go to unsafe websites. You can stick with what you've got.
Can stick with what I've got. And what about things for for mobile phones and stuff like that?
No, I really don't believe in any of that for a mobile phone at all.
No. All right, that's good to know then.
All right, so he saved you some money.
All right, thanks for that.
All right, thanks, John.
Thanks, John. Richard in that. That could be the name of a good show, couldn't it?
It's it.
I don't know. Been called a lot of things, but not that.
Yeah.
Hi, that.
We know you didn't mean it, John. It's okay. We get stuck when they come on the radio sometimes.
Yeah, we do. We do. Windows updates. Is there new ones out, and should we be doing it?
The amount of clients in the last week that I've seen have never bothered to check their Windows updates. So I would urge you to make sure that you do them. They're there to keep you safe. So what happens is when I do talks to people, I go along and say, did you lock all the doors and windows before you came here today? That's what Windows updates do. It's the same with Apple updates. It's the same with updating your apps on your Android phone, your apps on your iPhone. If we do all the updates, we keep the bad guys out. That's one of the most important things that you should do. But Windows updates at the moment can hang there for a while, but make sure you're going in. A mass of them come out once a month. So I always say, set in your calendar one day. You go in, run that update checker, make sure you do all the updates. And if it offers you the Windows 11 update at the moment, you can press that button and do it. It takes a fair while to do, but do it. Because it's keeping you more secure, and that's what we like.
Where do you find them?
In your settings on a Windows machine. So it's settings, and there's a Windows update part on there, and it's got optional updates that you can do, but just do the main updates because there's 22H2, which is a new copy of Windows 10, as a new copy of Windows 11's come down. So it puts a brand new copy of the operating system on there. Why wouldn't you do it? It's about keeping you secure.
Right. I don't think I have ever done that. Is that why perhaps your computer runs a little bit slow?
It is sometimes, especially on yours, because I've seen it and you had to fix things up. So yes.
All right, I will get onto that. Samsung explains when their Android 13 will roll out to Galaxy devices. That sounds pretty nifty.
It is. So it's the new Android 13. So remember when I had the Google Pixel 7 in here the other week? They've already got Android version 13. But Samsung are going to start rolling it out to everybody in the next few weeks. So if you get the offer for it, press that button, but it's nearly 2 months later because Google send it straight out like Apple send them straight out.
Right.
But what happens is that Google send it to Samsung, and Samsung go, we've got to make some changes on it. It's taken them 2 months to make all the changes. Then they start to send it out. So if you've got an S22, which includes the S22 Plus and the Ultra, it should be rolling out any week now, plus the Galaxy S21 and the Galaxy Note. That's about all that's going to get it.
What's this one in front of you with a swanky little mirror looking very flash?
Oh, that's the iPhone 14 Pro Max.
Very fancy.
It's a lovely phone. So yes.
Thank you kindly. Are you out and about anywhere for anyone to come and see you this week?
Always out and about to go and see people. I'm about to come and see Lois, who's an avid listener.
Hello,
so I'll be
Lois.
belting down McGill Road, then I'm going to buy some KFC on the way home.
And drop some back to me.
That's the way.
Finger licking good.
That's it.
Thank you so much. That is AdelaideTechGuy.com.au, Richard Pascoe. You can also reach him at talktech.com.au. And will we be hearing you this weekend?
Back on Saturday afternoon between 12 and 4. Lots of great guests.
Cannot wait. Thank you so much. We are going to take a very short break, get the headlines, and then I would like to award one lucky listener a $100 gift voucher to the Lucky Dumpling Markets. It's back part of the Oz Asia Fest. So the question for today is, when have your kids got you into trouble? Have they said something or have they done something and you've had to take the rap, or have they dobbed you in for something? When have your kids got you into trouble? I've got a little funny story I'll share with you after this short break.
This is Adelaide's 5AA.
Good afternoon, I'm Michaela Kamarik. Anti-gambling campaigners are welcoming an overhaul of betting ad rules but say more still needs to be done. The Reserve Bank says high interest rates are a necessary evil to combat soaring inflation and rates may rise again next month. Police are hunting 3 men who stole a delivery van at Smithfield Plains today, and North Melbourne coach Alistair Clarkson is confident he will be able to clear his name as the investigation into alleged racism at the Hawthorn Football Club continues. A shower or two this afternoon. Currently it's 15 degrees. More news at 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock and As It Happens on 5AA.
5AA's Business of the Week, showcasing the iconic South Australian businesses that shape our community.
Reaching toward a cancer-free future is everyone's business, so take a swing at it. Join Cancer Council's Ultimate Golf Challenge, the longest day this December. Help raise much-needed funds for prevention, research and support. Register now and tee off for a cancer-free future at longestday.org.au.
5AA's Business of the Week, Cancer Council, on 1395 Adelaide's 5AA.
Internode knows that a great mobile SIM plan is a careful combination of a few rare elements. Let's see, 16 gigabytes of data, pinch of unlimited talk and text to standard Australian numbers, and a no-locking contract. Add them all together and you've got a great mobile plan. All for just $12.50 a month for the first 6 months, then $24.99 a month. Call Internode on 13 66 33 today. 6-month offer for new mobile customers only. Excess data $10 per 2 gigabytes for use in Australia.
Are you making excuses about your hearing health? Get your free copy of Australia's only independent consumer guide to hearing aids. Call 1800 693 277 now or visit connecthearing.com.au. No excuse not to.
The calming sound of an old whittler. Toes by the fire, carving a block of silver-topped timber. Into nothing in particular. A calm driver is a safe driver. Brought to you by Toyota Safety Sense. Designed to protect us all. Oh, what a feeling. Toyota.
If you need a window, and not just anything will do, just call Statesman Windows. Factory direct to you.
Nobody beats Statesman Windows, not on quality and certainly not on service. Windows, sliding doors, bifolds and more, made right here in Adelaide, factory direct to you. For windows when and where you want them, call Statesman Windows, states.com.au.
Windows when and where you want them. Windows when and where you want them.
In tough times, it's the simple things that make a big difference. Like $17 schnitzel days at the Albion Birkenhead Tavern, Excelsior and the Lighthouse Wharf. We know the humble schnitty can't fix all our problems, but we do know it'll put a smile on your dial. $17 schnitties Mondays, Tuesdays and Wednesdays at the Albion Birkenhead Tavern, Excelsior and the Lighthouse Wharf. Making the world a better place. One schnitty at a time. Got to start somewhere. You just know it's a Barreau Hotel.
To book a free 15-minute hearing check, specsavers.com.au/hearing.
This is Jade Robran.
Welcome back to Afternoons. It's 25 minutes to 4 o'clock. The sports show is up after 4 o'clock. Hope you're enjoying your afternoon. We have reached a max of 17 degrees, a few showers or two all throughout the afternoon. And then tomorrow, another 18 degrees, partly cloudy, with the sun poking through, which is good news. And then we're slowly starting to heat up. 20 degrees on Friday, 25 on Saturday, and then 27 degrees on Sunday. How good is that? I've got a funny story I want to share with you, but I want to hear from you guys. How have your children got you in trouble? Have they said something? Because, you know, those little darlings, they say things. They say the cutest, darnest things, and then they sometimes get us into quite a lot of trouble. I've got a Lucky Dumpling Markets $100 gift voucher to give away. It's a food and drink voucher. I'd love to give that away. So call in with your story. What have your little darlings done that have got you into trouble? I'll share my story in just a few moments. But we got Timmy G in the studio. How are you?
Very well. Thank you, Jade. Yourself? It's one of those feelings, you know, that's like the morning after where the old woulda, coulda, shoulda on the cup. And you just have that. Well, I've got a 24-hour rule. You're allowed to be a sook for 24 hours and then you got to get back on the horse, so to speak.
Aha, boom, boom,
yes. And we're doing exactly that because we're going to speak to one of the trainers of the Winter Gold Trip. So David Eustace is coming on the show, which will be great.
The big guy.
Yeah. So
what a great story, though, that the jockey that, he was naughty and he breached COVID rules, so he did do the wrong thing.
Yes.
But it's such a great redemption story.
Which I love. And, you know, I think we were speaking about it last night, just, you know, give us other great redemption stories where something went wrong and then they were able to come back and have victory. And that's certainly one of those stories. And he was pretty pumped when he got over that line. Don't worry about that. Yeah, very
and now,
excited.
are you sad because you got second or third? Or
No, well, a friend of mine and I, we're sick of trying to pick out just one winner. So what we do is pick four each and then box them up to try and get the trifecta or the pick four. And we had 6 of the first 7 runners.
No, you did not.
We did.
Okay, so if 7, how much could you have won?
Well, the problem was number 17 was the one we didn't have. And this is that woulda, coulda, shoulda moment, right? And, of course, number 17 runs second and just completely debunked all of our combinations. But we could have, if one of ours had popped in that position.
Damn it.
Could have won nearly 10 grand. So, yeah, we're feeling a bit sore and sorry for ourselves today.
Oh, well.
But you've got to be in it to win it, and what we'll do is chase it irresponsibly.
And you gambled responsibly.
But all good fun, yes.
No, that's the one time of the year I do. I have a little bit of a flutter.
That's what it is.
But I think I told you, I have backed the Melbourne Cup winner for 3 years in a row, not this year, previously, but then I've lost the ticket.
Which
is just stupid.
Unbelievable.
What an idiot.
Well, I can accept once, Jade. I can accept once. Twice I'm going, well, there's a pattern developing.
That's right.
3 times.
Too much champagne. I get too excited.
Is that what it is?
Yes, at about 3:30.
I love it.
Off it goes, and
dear.
it whoosh, off it goes.
Fantastic.
But I think I told you the story when Michelle Payne was in the Melbourne Cup.
2015.
And she won it, 2015. So I was working for Channel 7 and I was covering all their races. Anyway, I got to Melbourne Cup Day and I had tickets. I had been to a race meet every Saturday for about 2 months and I was knackered. So I said to my husband, look, you take the tickets, take a mate, have a great day. But I want you to put $100 on Michelle Payne because I'd spent the week doing a couple of interviews with her and thought, what a great chick, what a great story. Off he went, yep, Jade, no worries. And he forgot. He forgot. He didn't put the $100.
So sorry.
To this day, and she was 100 to 1.
This is your ex-husband?
Yeah, should be. Should be for that.
I cannot believe it.
I reckon if I told him to put $10,000 on, he'd be my ex-husband.
Well, I tell you now, I feel a lot better about my little loss. Yeah,
exactly. There's always a story. There's always a shoulda, coulda, woulda story.
And that's what today is a little bit about. But I'm liking your story about how your kids have got you in trouble.
Yeah, this is a funny one, which I'll share in just a few short moments. But what's coming up on your show?
Yeah, well, we've got David Eustace, of course, the SNFL, and this is an age-old thing. You might remember once upon a time, and your dad would have been one of these people as well. You know how they were from the country? Mm-hmm. There was no zones back then when your father played, and no zones for a long time until they brought them in, I think in the 80s. And then you would be assigned to a SNFL club.
Yeah.
So for Port Adelaide, we used to have the Eyre Peninsula.
Well, you would have had the Robrans.
Yeah, well, correct. We were close to sort of getting that, actually, but that was in the Iron Triangle, so we missed that. They went to North Adelaide. But Russell Ebert was in the Riverland, which he would have had to go to West Adelaide had those zones been applicable.
True.
But what's happened today is they've actually rezoned because, as you can understand, every year they go by, I think it's every 5 years, the ABS come out with the numbers of population growth, and of course some zones have exploded. So for the Sturt Footy Club, they have a lot of the Adelaide Hills areas.
Yeah.
Of course, Mount Barker is a
Gone
satellite
nuts.
city. It's
Of
gone nuts. So they're making some adjustments up in that area, and I think West Adelaide's area is a declining population. So they're going to gain some zones up in that area as well. So we've got Matty Doldig from the Samful on to talk about that and just give us a where is going to who.
Yeah, so what, you put a line through Mount Barker and sort of say, okay, you guys on the left, you can have Sturt. On the other side, you have Westies.
So they'll pick up a bit of the River Murray League. So, yes, it's...
Wow, that's really interesting.
There you go. The world changes. I love it. All right, well, all the best.
Thanking you kindly.
Stay out of trouble.
Never, never, never.
No fun in that.
Now, you could have $60,000 hiding in your home. It could be in a box, it could be hidden at the back of the couch, it could be anywhere. I am not talking about a wad of cash, I'm talking about a little penny. Do you have any pennies floating around the house? One recently sold at auction for $60,000 at Lloyd's Auctions. Joining us is Amanda Benson, who is the head of fine art and antiques at Lloyd's Auctions, and joins us now. Good afternoon, Amanda.
Good afternoon to you, Jade.
Thanks for joining the program. That is a lot for a little penny.
It is a lot, but it is our rarest coin. So in that perspective, probably not so much.
How come? How come it got so much money?
Well, there is an enormous demand at the moment for alternative investments because the traditional investments like real estate, like stocks, are a little bit up and down. And so alternative investments are really going from strength to strength.
So did it attract much attention?
Enormous. It was completely unreserved, so it started at $1 with no reserve, and we had around 40 to 50 unique bidders. We have 600,000 bidders, and about 40 to 50 of them were still in the running at around 20,000 plus. We have 6 1930 pennies coming up for auction this Sunday, one of which is also unreserved.
What do they know about the penny that we don't? Are they going to go up in value or something?
It's very possible, and because there is so much attention brought towards numismatic investments, so banknotes, coins, tokens, that kind of thing, people are expecting that there is going to be a surge in value, yes.
And since news broke of this one going for $60,000, has your phone been ringing off the hook?
Off the hook. People are looking through their jars and they're looking for unexpected finds. I mentioned we have 6 coming up this Sunday. 3 of them, the people very much knew what they had. 2 of them, they were pretty sure they had something special, and one of them was just really a find in a jar.
So maybe for those listening that don't know what a penny is, what does it look like?
Sure. Imagine the size of just smaller than maybe a 20-cent coin of today, and it was pre-decimal currency, so it was the original Australian currency. And the reason the 1930s are so rare is because in 1930, demand for currency dropped significantly on the back of the Great Depression. So the government didn't order any currency from our minting services. The mint produced around 3,000 1931 pennies, just in case the government changed their mind, and also as a test, the test run. And they were actually used to fulfill the 1931 order. And it wasn't until people started collecting pennies when the currency changed in 1966 that people realised we can't fill this 1930 spot. And so all of a sudden they realised how rare they really are.
And are all pennies created equal, or is there a grading system?
Very much a grading system. So for the grade of the coin that we sold for $60,000, it was a very fine coin. you can get them right up to uncirculated, which means that they literally haven't been through the economy. Those ones can be worth $1 million plus. They're extremely rare. But most of the 1930 pennies were put into circulation because really the only way anyone knew that they were out there is that they were accidentally released. So people were using them to buy milk and bread and, send their children to school, et cetera, et cetera. So most 1930 pennies are circulated, but the value goes up as the condition improves.
So that $1 million one, who would have them?
Usually they're in collections, and most people that have them very much know what they are. So if you had a 1930 penny in uncirculated condition, you would probably know that you've got it.
Golly gosh. So what's your $1 million? Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah.
What's your advice to people that have been collecting coins over many, many years? Well, what should they be looking out for?
So, you can always contact us through lloydsauctions.com.au. We can give a free appraisal as to what your coins might be worth. Always look for good graded coins. Don't clean them, whatever you do. The biggest mistake people can make is to polish a coin. That can actually take a lot of the value away from it. Send images in to us, and we can come back to people with auction estimates.
Why not clean them?
Because for a lot of reasons, it can actually destroy the integrity of the coin. It can be potentially seen as a copy or a fake if it doesn't have the right patina. It's possibly the worst thing that you could do to a coin.
Okay. You've also got a 1923 Australian halfpenny. What's a halfpenny?
So it's really just half the value of a single penny because currency was worth a lot less, and so they needed to have smaller denominations so people could buy almost like a half cent, for example. So people could actually buy things and receive change, and people could sell things in smaller quantities.
I'm guessing this is very rare.
Not as rare as the 1930 penny, but still quite rare, yes.
So if somebody's listening and they're thinking, hey, I'd like to get my hands on a penny, the auction is this Sunday at 7 p.m. Yes. Where do they go and how can they be part of the auction?
Sure. All they would need to do is go to lloydsauctions.com.au, register as a bidder. It's very easy. It's free. We have over 600,000 bidders in Australia that are already registered. And the auction starts at 7 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time, so just keep that in mind. And people basically will just bid and try and win them for themselves.
Perfect. Thank you very much. How fascinating. That is Amanda Benson there, Head of Art and Antiques at Lloyd's Auctions. Imagine if you're sitting on a penny that's worth even 60 grand. You'd be wrapped with that, let alone 1 million. I just struggle to get my head around how that's an investment, but clearly it is. There's a lot of things. Handbags. I mean, that's quite incredible too. I mean, people are saying that those luxury handbags, a Chanel or a Hermes, they are now an investment. Maybe that's a good idea. I should go home and say, Ben, it's an investment. I have to go down into the shops and buy a new handbag. Now, this week we are celebrating Cancer Council, our FIVEAA Business of the Week. Join Cancer Council's Ultimate Golf Challenge, the longest day this December. You can register now and tee off for a cancer-free future at longestday.org.au. Now, I have the Lucky Dumpling Market's $100 food and drink voucher to give away. We're taking calls on, have your kids ever got you into trouble? So I got home yesterday and Ben said to me, he goes, oh, look, Jade, we just need to have a quick chat about something that happened with Sol, our oldest. He's written a piece in English. It was about the gold rush and he had to get quite descriptive, and he did, and the teacher's very happy with what he wrote. However, in the story he wrote that the dad was very abusive and the mum ran away on a horse, but the dad shot the horse and the horse fell and broke all its bones, and the story went on and on. So anyway, his teacher pulled him out of the classroom and just said, hey, buddy, just want to check in and make sure everything is okay at home and, you're happy and you feel safe and, you're in a safe environment. And he's looking at her going, Yeah, why? She's like, well, you know, this story, it's about this abusive dad. You know, are you sure everything's going on okay at home? So anyway, I see the very serious side of this, and Ben's freaking out. He's thinking, oh my God, I'm going to be on the register at this school thinking that here I am hurting my child. So our youngest is overhearing this conversation from his bedroom, and probably about half an hour later, he comes out and says, oh, you know, my day at school was great. Everything was really good. Really weird, though, in science. I got pulled out of the classroom and my science teacher asked me if everything's okay at home, if I'm happy. And poor Ben, his face has just gone white, thinking, oh my golly, this whole school now thinks that here I am being this father that's, maybe tapping around his children. And anyway, Harry starts laughing his head off, going, I'm just joking. So I've had to get on the email, contact the school and say, oh, hi, Mrs. So-and-so. Our son's told us what happened in class today. Just wanted to know if you wanted to see Ben and I to have a bit of a chat. Thank you so much for having a chat with him about, his essay. Just wanted to assure you that everything's really good at home and the kids are happy, but I'm not even sure you're going to believe that. So please let me know what happens next and let me know if we need to come in and have a chat. And Ben's thinking, oh my God, docs are going to end up on our door. I'm going to have to go and talk to the principal. Anyway, fast forward another hour. Thankfully, the teachers come back and said, no, it's all good. We've had a chat. We know when something's serious and when it's not. Your son's cleared the test. I thought, oh. Anyway, we were panicking for hours thinking, they're going to think we are the world's worst parents and that our children are not in a safe environment. Anyway, crisis diverted. We're all good. But it got me thinking, when have your kids said something or done something where they've got you into trouble a little bit? Not that we necessarily got into trouble over this, but it could have blown up, could have been a lot worse. So call in, share your story to go into the running to win the $100 food and drink voucher to head along to the Lucky Dumpling Markets. We'll be back soon.
Keep up to date with state politics with Adelaide's own King of Spin, Matthew Abraham. Thursday mornings from 7:30 with David and Will. Thanks to your local Mitre 10. Friendly service, expert advice, quality brands at great prices. That's mighty helpful. Mitre 10.
It's our hottest deal yet at Bridgestone Select. Snag a free Weber Q worth $589 when you purchase 4 selected Bridgestone Jeweller or Alenza tyres. For tyres and auto service you can count on, head for Bridgestone Select. Conditions apply.
When shopping around for hearing aids, the main sound you'll hear is... But not at Specsavers, where you don't have to pay top dollar for top-of-the-range hearing aids. Just book a free 15-minute hearing check at specsavers.com.au/hearing. Then maybe you could use those savings to hear something more pleasant like... Should have gone to Specsavers. Conditions apply.
Summer is simply golden at Discovery Parks. Whether you're hanging out with friends or actually enjoying spending time with your little brother.
Come straight back, you two, and don't spend it all.
Even being allowed to break the rules every now and again.
Go on. One last bounce on the jumping pillow, but then it's off to bed.
Mum and Dad call it family time. I call it the best time ever. Summer is simply golden at Discovery Parks. Discover your perfect summer. Book online at discoveryholidayparks.com.au.
Now's the time to get your evaporative air conditioner serviced. Those hot summer days are nearly here. Give Ken a call. Don't let excess power and water cost you. We'll service, repair or replace your evaporative air conditioner. Ken Hall Plumbers, 8364 5855.
What is small business? It's your local, people you know, a struggle, a smile, a few less smiles over the last few years. Small business needs you, and we all need small business. It's your morning coffee, a long lunch, that perfect gift. Small business is community. It supports workers, suppliers, families right across South Australia. Small business has a big heart. So go out and support small business. A message from the Government of South Australia.
When you sign with some of the big builders, it can be a bit of a fanfare. Until you have questions. At Lamar Homes, we've got nothing to hide. We're about people, not numbers. So we're always here to answer questions, even the tough ones. lamarhomes.com.au. Here today, home tomorrow.
Hi, Susanna Toop here from Toop and Toop. Landlords, we've got some exciting news. Toop and Toop have just launched a brand new solution that gives you exclusive access to pre-screened tenants up to 2 months in advance. You can secure quality tenants and save yourself hundreds of dollars in advertising costs. This new innovation is a total game changer for landlords. At Toop and Toop, you can find your next tenant sooner. To tap into this incredible network, simply head to toop.com.au or give us a call today.
Macular degeneration is Australia's leading cause of blindness. If you're over 50, have an eye test and macular check. Early detection is vital. You can have the very early signs without even knowing. Information, guidance and support is only a phone call away. Call the Macular Disease Foundation on 1800 111 709 for a free macular degeneration information kit.
To book a free 15-minute hearing check, specsavers.com.au/hearing.
This is Jade Robran.
Welcome back. It is 5 minutes to 4 o'clock. The sports show is coming up next. We've got Sue in Christie's Beach on the line. Hello, Sue.
Hi, Jade. How are you?
I'm excellent, thank you.
I'm very proud of myself because I've just taken a load of, it's linen, but I've taken a load of washing off the line and I managed to get it dry.
Oh, and there's the cat talking to us again.
Oh, yeah, she always does, yeah. Yeah.
Well, I'd be very proud of you too because it's raining. So I don't know how you've managed to have that little bit of sunshine over you.
I just managed to see the gap and I could see it was really breezy, so I've chucked it out and I'm just brought it in now and it's dry. Hello, yay.
And
I'm very proud of myself.
So you should be.
Anyway, you're talking about kids getting parents into trouble.
Yep.
I'm on the other end of this. I got my mother into trouble once. She's going to jump in that. Hang on, sorry. She was just going to jump in the basket of sheets.
Get out of the washing.
I got my mother. You know how, I don't know if everyone's the same, but we had a good nana and a naughty nana.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Well, actually, our naughty nana, we'd go, we're only like 10 years old, and we'd be in the spare room playing records, and this hand would come through the window and throw a packet of cigarettes in for us. How was that? So she was naughty nana.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I can see why, yeah.
But yeah, we were there for tea one day, and this was my dad's mother. We were there for tea, and we're sitting around the table, and Nana was waffling on, as they always do. And I just said, Nana, my mum says you talk a lot of rubbish. And that just stopped all conversation at the table for the rest of the night.
Oh, no.
I was very young. It wasn't when like last week or anything. It was a long time ago.
Sometimes that can cause real big family feuds. That's I love naughty Nana. I thought you were going to tell me that she gave out lollies or something like that, not ciggies. Sue, thank you very much. Stay on the line because I'm going to send you a Wallace Cinema pass. We've got Dean. Hello, Dean.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. What's your story?
Well, many years ago, my son was about 4, and do you know how they don't have a filter?
Oh, yeah.
Now, we're up at Kadena, we're on holidays, and the ex-wife, she's shopping, and my daughter, she's up shopping, as they do. Anyway, I'm just leaning on the wall, and you know how you have one leg up on the wall?
Yeah.
With bended knee?
Yeah.
Well, my son looks at me, he does the same thing, right? And he's standing there with his arms folded, just like I am.
Cute.
Next thing, this rather large lady saunters past, right?
Mm.
And he looks at me and he nudges me and he goes, right when she is right in front of me, he goes, hey, Dad, look at that. She's got a lot of junk in her trunk, hasn't she?
Oh, no. And she heard.
I thought she was going to kill me.
Oh, Dean, they say the darnest things, don't they? Congratulations, you've won the $100 Lucky Dumpling voucher.
Thank you.
Thanks for calling in and sharing your story. You can taste the flavours of Asia at Lucky Dumpling Market, Adelaide Springtime Food and Entertainment Hub, open 6 nights a week plus weekend days as well. Visit luckydumplingmarket.com. That's the end of the show today. Thanks everybody for your company. Sports show's coming up next. See you later.
Mini Jumbuck, now in McLaren Vale, make Australia's favourite wool bedding products made right here in South Australia from only the finest Australian wool.